Yay! Boobs are back again! Sydney Sweeney made engagement farming easy yet again with her cleavage revealing American Eagle jeans ad, in which she mentions that jeans are passed on and hers are blue. The punny marketing campaign reads Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. Get it? Because she's hot. If you spend any time online at all, I'm sure you've seen all the outrage and now dutifully all of us commentators covering the outrage. If you haven't, we'll play it for you now.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
This is engagement farming, dressed in denim on denim in that 90s coded vibe. Sydney vamps for the camera in her hot girl next door kind of way and does car stuff and talks in that ASMR millennial drawl you're accustomed to if you spent any time going to brunch in the aughts. This isn't the first time Sydney has been the face that's launched 1,000 news cycles. I wrote about her for Spectator over a year ago after she hosted SNL in a piece titled Sydney Sweeney Has Brought Boobs Back, and was roundly and probably rightfully mocked for saying, for anyone under the age of 25, they've likely never seen it in their lifetime, as the giggling blonde with an amazing rack has been stamped out of existence, a creature shamed to the brink of extinction. The people who took issue with this statement argued that boobs were everywhere, particularly in places like porn and OnlyFans, which is absolutely true, but that wasn't really my point. My point was that boobs were regularly, unapologetically in the mainstream in my youth and even in my teens. And as I wrote in Spectator in 2024, see, back in my day, kids, the boobs were everywhere. It was the 90s and early aughts. We had Pamela Lee in Baywatch. Jennifer Love Hewitt graced the cover of our Maxim with her boobs. Our supermodels like Tyra Banks and Cindy Crawford had curves. Carmen Electra did one of the hottest photo shoots in the history of Playboy magazine in her 2003 cover spread. Jenny McCarthy was Playmate of the Year in 1993, and from there became a host of Singled Out on MTV. The Man Show with Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel had a segment that was just girls jumping on trampolines. We were a culture awash in tits, and it was glorious. We could look at boobs and not feel bad about it, and that's a good thing. I'd argue it's a healthy thing. Boobs are fantastic. As I've long said, they will save the world. There's a biological component that makes it totally normal to be fascinated by boobs. And then came the advent of the highly strung women's site and understandably highly strung women's site and blogosphere too. And understandably, shit got weird. And it's been weird ever since. There was this newfound mainstream media fixation on the male gaze. People were told to fixate on whether the female forms they viewed were realistic or body positive rather than simply nice to look at. It was hard enough writing for the red-blooded American male at Playboy during this weird time fraught with Me Too reckonings and witch hunts, so I can only imagine what it was like to be one. Normie Americans during this time, everywhere, men and women, got used to walking on eggshells. And then at the end of the column, I mentioned that people with broad appeal are back. We're back, baby. Humor and boobs have returned. It's refreshing in a completely banal kind of way. Now, flash forward to 2025, which brings us to today. Normies reacted to walking on eggshells by voting for Trump, and many people declared that woke is dead. I thought that the left would have learned their lesson, honestly, at least a little bit. If this week proves anything, it's that they did not, labeling the ad fascist and anyone who likes it a Nazi, and reigniting the woke versus anti-woke debate like it's 2017 all over again. This all seems pretty simple and boring to me. Sex sells, news at 11. But I come from a different time. And we're going to talk about that and so many more things. There's a lot of different angles you can take even on this very simple story. The Nazi thing, the beauty standards, the woke versus anti-woke, just marketing and media in general. And so I've got culture commentator Kat D back to talk about Sydney, what this says about marketing and new America and the new America and the ever-changing standards of beauty. Tonight,